Hello and welcome back to Shedtalks. Today we're going to be talking about Game of Thrones Episode 9.
Episode 9.
Such a good episode.
The big one, Battle of the Bastards. What's your thoughts straight away?
Might be my favourite episode.
One of the best Game of Thrones episodes ever made.
I think it's the best episode
probably,
of television ever made.
Probably is, of television ever.
Of television.
I don't know. It's probably right up there.
Television, but it's up there.
That's what I think about that.
That battle was like the best battle I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, that's a really good battle. Like I thought I was watching a movie. It was that good.
So let's go to the start of the episode.
Okay, start of the episode. Got Dany taking back Marine with the dragons. We knew that was going to happen when she showed that last episode.
And all she has to do is burn down one ship. And everyone's just
everyone
like,
else falls in line.
Yeah.
Tyrion suggests Dragonglass burning the city down, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Not Dragonglass, what's it called?
He basically says, don't be like your dad.
Yeah. Don't burn the whole city down.
Don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick. Which I think she's not going to be like a mad queen.
No, I don't think
What's
so.
What's it called?
It's not wildfire.
I don't know.
That fire stuff.
Yeah, she seemed like she was on the edge of sort of turning that way.
Yeah, she was just a bit pissed off because she left the city and came back to it in a ruin.
Yeah.
And she expected Tyrion to sort of sort everything
You'd
out.
be pissed off as well, wouldn't you?
But to be fair to Tyrion, he did sort everything out. And then just on the night that she returns, there happens to be a war.
Yeah.
But everything was going smooth until that happened.
Probably really good timing actually for her to come back and just nail everything, set everything straight.
Pretty cool.
It was pretty good.
We also got to see the Greyjoys turn up in Marine.
They got there quick.
They did.
I prefer it that way.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, you didn't want like another episode of them just travelling.
Yeah.
No.
At sea, singing songs.
Don't need it.
It's not needed.
No.
So they're going to support Dany's claim to the Iron Throne.
Yep.
So then they get the Iron Islands for themselves.
Yeah. It was a pretty easy deal for them as well. Like, it didn't take much convincing.
Yeah, there was no sort of like, you have to marry Theon or anything to get that sorted. It was just...
No, it was
It's
just
probably the ships that persuaded her.
Probably.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's the fact that there was another woman who wanted to be a queen as well.
Yeah.
there was a weird sort of tension in the area.
Yeah.
In the
Who knows? They could rule together. Maybe.
maybe.
I don't know.
Like, Dany has got a bit higher standards than a Greyjoy.
You never know. She's with Dario right now.
Yeah, well, he's
He's
a
just
good-looking man.
He doesn't belong to
Man
any
crush
sort
on
of
Dario.
house or anything.
Fair enough.
Grey Worm kills 2 people.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah. Look how awesome that was.
It was alright. I kind of expected it though, because why would they just kill one person? They'd kill the 2 people that gave up one person.
Leave the weird-looking guy with the eyeliner.
But the guy that they kept alive wasn't like a master
No.
for long.
That was you.
He was one of the guys who sold Tyrion into slavery a couple of seasons ago.
Yeah, I didn't recognise him.
And yeah, so he's not like a master.
No, because they were both like, take him. He's not highborn.
So
Are we to like just take it for granted now that slavery's done and like Danny's won?
yeah,
And
basically.
Well, in
they're
that
gonna
part
listen.
of the world, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the slavery is not anywhere else really in the world. I don't think. Not where she's going anyway.
No.
Not that we know of.
There was slavery in Westeros, though.
Who was a slave?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, when she was with that bread boy.
Yeah. Remember? Season 2?
Yeah.
When she was working with the Lannisters,
No.
she was like serving Tywin wine and shit.
No.
Remember she was in a cage?
Was that when she met Jack and Hagar for the first time?
Yeah.
Weren't they getting shipped off to the Night's Watch though?
Yeah.
They weren't really slaves, then.
Oh.
They were just like prisoners.
No, prisoners. Whatever.
Fair enough.
I don't know. It's a grey area.
Anyway.
So, have I covered everything that you wanted me to cover in Marine?
Yeah?
Yeah, that'll
Yeah?
do.
Okay.
Well, burn that ship.
We mentioned the burning of
Dragons.
ships.
That was cool.
Yeah, the dragons, like the special effects of all the dragons just nailing the
And they
ship.
didn't burn all the ships, which
No.
means she's going to nick them.
Oh yeah.
I think they said that in the episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
they
addressed,
mentioned it.
yeah.
Yeah, they mentioned it, yeah.
We'll add that to the Iron Fleet, and we're good.
Yeah.
Nailed. Got.
So hopefully
of
next
ships.
next episode we're gonna get that speech off Dany. she's like on the back of
Yeah, she's going to set off.
dragon.
That's going to be the
yeah.
last.
Yeah.
I reckon it's
Gotta
going to be
be
the
it, yeah.
last.
She's like, so Westeros.
Yes.
The last clip in the episode is going to be
Yeah.
her like a motivational speech on the
Has
ship.
to be. If there's no motivational speech off her, I'll be disappointed.
Well, she's already given a motivational speech.
But she's all about motivational
Yeah,
speeches, though.
That's all we've seen of her so far. Is like motivational speech, burn, motivational speech,
Yeah.
burn. She's done a burn, so speech next.
Yep. The battle.
The battle.
Yes.
Okay, before the battle, I want to say this.
Yeah.
Ramsay and Jon had a little conversation beforehand, and Ramsay had heard about Jon Snow being like a legendary fighter.
Oh yeah.
That might be important later on when he's getting support to be king.
Maybe. I don't know.
Why
What
is
you
he
think?
gonna
You
be
think he
king?
wants to be king? They can't let a bastard be king.
He doesn't want to be
wouldn't-
king.
no,
I don't want
That's
to be
the
king.
thing with Jon Snow's story. He doesn't want to be in power, but he's been thrust into it over and over and over.
Yeah.
He didn't want to be the Lord Commander of the Night's Watch, but he was. He didn't want to go to battle against Ramsay, but he did. So if we find out that he's
A Targaryen.
which it's pretty much a foregone conclusion at this point that he is.
might be.
There's way too
Well
many
be.
clues
He
that
could well be.
he is. So
I still don't think he'll go
Maybe
for
he's
the
gonna
Iron
get-
Throne though. I don't think he'll. I don't think
he won't want
into it.
to, but he's gonna get thrown into it.
Maybe it'd be a sort of thing like, no one's listening to me and no one will help me fight the White Walkers, so I must become the leader, so
Yeah.
I can lead and fight the White Walkers. A situation like
Maybe.
that where he has
Maybe,
to, doesn't have a choice.
Maybe Dany gets there and she's like, I don't believe you about the White Walkers.
Yeah, or it's not my
And he's
problem.
like, fine, I'll take power for myself.
Yeah, I'd enjoy that.
There's never been a queen before, so why should there be now?
Yeah.
I'm going to be king. Yeah, so I thought that would be important to the story,
Yeah.
because now he's sort of... People would have seen him ride into battle on his own, jump off his horse, and charge down like the cavalry,
Yeah.
and then come out of all that alive and take Winterfell. So that's quite a legendary story in itself.
Yeah,
So if that word spreads, then
he's already got a sort of myth about him
yeah,
already.
he's like a god, basically.
Yeah. That is like a story, that whole scene.
Yeah.
It's like a fairy tale story.
Yeah,
We haven't had like a proper happy ending
No.
ever,
no,
I don't
this
think.
was such a fan servicey episode.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was like we've had this bad guy in Winterfell for so long, and he's dead.
Finally. Although it's sad to see him go because he's such a good bad guy.
Yeah,
But
he
also
is
I
a
hate
good
him and
bad
want him
guy.
to die.
I liked him in this episode, just
Yeah.
because I knew he was going to die.
Yeah.
I had it in
Yeah.
my head that there was no way Jon Snow's going to lose.
Although there were times when,
Those,
you know, when
those
they were
times that my
pinned.
heart was going when they
Yeah,
were
I was
pinned.
on the edge of my seat. That
Oh
whole
my
part.
god. Yeah.
Yeah, that bit when he's getting trampled on it was a bit...
And then he's like,
He might die.
Yeah, I was.
But there's always that thing of he can be brought back.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I don't want him
John
to...
tells
It's
as well,
cheap. Stop telling
not
that.
to bring it back. Not to bring him back.
Yeah, and she says, I'll do as the Lord.
Yeah, she's
wants
like,
me
I don't
to.
care what you want, John.
Yeah. Which,
Unfair,
he
innit?
just
It's
wants
kind
to
of-
die.
He wants to die in battle because that's an honourable way
Yeah,
to die.
I don't
just
think he wants to die. I think if he does die, he's just like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah, but I don't think he wanted to be brought back in the first
I don't
place.
think- no.
No.
So,
But it's happened.
it's happened.
Deal with it.
Now he's dealing with it. And he's like, don't do it again. No, I will do what the Lord tells you. So,
Yeah.
I don't know.
There was a bit before the battle began. It was in that conversation with Ramsay and John, just where Ramsay just kept calling John a bastard.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
like,
You're a bastard.
He's just,
you're
trying to
a bastard,
wind
you
him up. He's just trying to wind him up.
yeah.
That's
He's really good at winding people.
Oh, he's great. That's, what,
just
that's
what
what
he
he's
does.
best at. Yeah.
He just winds people up.
Definitely.
And he used Rickon as a very good tactic to
Yeah.
get him out.
Oh, yeah.
After Sansa was like, don't do what he wants you to do.
Yeah, and they'd made all these plans.
Bam.
Stay over here.
Yeah.
We're protecting this side.
We've dug trenches, they can't get to us. And then John goes and fucks it
Yeah,
up.
lets his emotions get over.
Did he,
hold
though?
Over him.
Really? Not in the end.
They didn't have to lose that many men.
No, they could have done a lot better.
They could have waited.
They could have.
If they waited, I don't know, 10 minutes, Peter Baelish would have come round.
Yeah, or if they just, maybe delayed the attack for a little bit and Sansa had told John that Littlefinger has come in,
Yeah.
they would have a massive force from the beginning.
I seen something as to why Sansa didn't tell John about that. And it's because if he knew that, he would have set up his forces and Ramsay would have seen that he's got a larger army than he did,
Oh, yeah.
and he would have just waited it out in Winterfell.
Yeah. They
because
wanted to draw him out, didn't they?
Yeah, Winter's just not gonna be very good
No.
out in the
So,
snow.
Do you think that was a conscious decision
Yeah.
on Sanders' part?
I think she basically just thought, I'm not going to tell you about this. We're going to ride in right as a Rohan style. She's a Lord of the Rings fan. She must be.
She must be. Watched all the films. That's how we're going to do it.
Read the books. Book wanker.
Sans is a book wanker.
Yeah. That's what she's been doing in her spare time.
Apart from knitting John clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what else have we got?
Do you think he let Rick on, like, his first couple of arrows, do you reckon he missed on purpose a couple of times?
Yeah.
To mess with
Yeah.
John?
Yeah, definitely.
If you notice in that scene, he's got like these X's lined up in a certain way. And I think that's to sort of mark where the archers can hit. And he's just sort of missing until John gets to that point, and then he just,
Well, that was with the
Hits
flayed
him.
men on the...
yeah.
Yeah.
And then he just hits him straight away.
Yeah.
Like it's nothing.
Zigzag is all you need to do.
Yeah, that's it, yeah. Why run in a straight line?
I don't know. He hasn't been taught very well.
No,
He's
clearly.
getting shot at, run in a straight line. No.
To be fair, like, they didn't really invest much in Rickon.
No.
So it's not a
No.
huge thing when he dies. It's just like, oh, didn't really want that
He
to
was the
happen.
rightful heir to the throne of Winterfell.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, technically Bran is.
Well, yeah, Brown. Because everyone thinks he's dead.
He's
probably.
some wizard man, though.
Yeah, but he's the eldest trueborn son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
He's on his way.
maybe.
I think maybe in the next episode. Well, maybe in the next episode he'll get to the wall.
But if he goes past the wall, will he bring it down?
I don't know.
Because he's been touched by the Night King. And he let the Night King into the cave.
Oh, yeah.
And that was protected by like some mystical children magic.
to see, don't
Yeah.
know.
And apparently the wall is the same. That's why the White Walkers can't
that's
get.
what holds it up.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it'll be different for Bran because there are theories that he's Bran the Builder.
Maybe he's Bran the Breaker.
Who's Bran the Breaker?
Him. He's going to break the wall.
Okay. All right then. Well, yeah. Well, yeah.
Breaks
Theories.
your theory.
Whatever.
Anyway, the battle. That should win awards.
Yeah.
That should win every film and TV award ever made.
You know that
was
scene
brilliant.
where John's getting his sword out and there's horses charging at him? That is real.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
There
that's
was
really
40 horses charging towards him.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool. If I was Kit Harington and I was filming that, I'd be shitting my pants.
I would have.
That would be the
shot
only way
myself.
to shoot that, really, because CGI couldn't really
You could have
get
done
the
CGI.
momentum.
Wouldn't have been as effective.
Yeah,
for
it
sure.
wouldn't have been as good.
No.
But I had seen like a after show with the creators.
Yeah,
And they were saying that people are going to think it might be CGI
yeah.
just because it's quite a stupid thing to have 40 horses running at your main character.
Yeah. These days, people will just assume most things are
Yeah.
CGI in a show like that.
But it's quite cool. They had like a camera on this long boom hanging out the back of a Land Rover.
Was that the scene when he's behind his head?
Yeah, when they were like following
that's,
him.
That's brilliant. That's brilliantly done.
When he's like on the horse charging,
Yeah.
they were following him in a Land Rover.
I've never seen like a battle scene done that
No,
way.
it was-
It's like third person view
Yeah.
of just John.
You
So
just
cool.
so much shit going on around
it's-
him. Like,
It's
what
just
the-
you just get the effect of a battle.
Yeah.
and like when they had the horses like clashing with
Yeah,
each other,
yeah.
they just sort of shot it so they had two horses running past each other,
All right, yeah,
and then
Very
shot them
effective.
falling over afterwards.
Right.
yeah. Whoa.
Very cool.
It was-
There was a bit after the horses sort of collided and the battle sort of got underway. There was a really cool, like quite a long sequence of just following John,
Yeah,
just one shot. It was really awesome.
racking up the kills.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was
He's
talking about.
lucky.
The third person view.
Oh yeah,
It's almost
yeah.
a third person view of. It's just the way they did it was brilliant.
It just
Absolutely
showed how
masterful.
them sort of battles went down
Yeah.
in history because
Yeah.
obviously they
That's
did
how
happen.
intense they were.
Yeah, like you can be a great fighter, but there's so much
just-
luck
yeah.
involved.
Yeah,
Like, the amount of times like he didn't know that maybe he was about to die, and someone came behind him.
Yeah.
He didn't
Yeah.
know there was
And
a
there's
horse
just
charging.
arrows constantly coming in
Yeah.
from above.
Brilliant.
You get to see him
Absolutely
sort
brilliant.
of
Yeah.
try and dodge them. And
Not often you can say this much about a fight scene.
No.
No.
That's how good it
no.
is.
I don't. It is the best fight scene ever done.
Possibly
It has to be.
One of the best.
It's gonna
one
be.
of the best.
it's gonna change.
It's a safe thing to say.
Yeah.
Nah, I think it's gonna change the way like people do these sort of fight scenes from now on.
Oh, really?
It's definitely going to be an inspiration to other filmmakers on how to portray a battle
Yeah,
like
because
that.
it was almost sort of similar to how Saving Private Ryan was so influential.
I haven't seen that movie.
Yeah,
About the beach scene.
Yeah, the beach scene.
Yeah.
Saving Private Ryan.
That's quite a famous scene.
That's
yeah.
like a really famous scene for war movies.
yeah.
And like every war movie ever since has sort of tried to replicate it.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think this is going to be the same sort of deal.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the pile of corpses as well.
Oh my god.
I don't know if you've watched it again.
I haven't watched
But
it again, but
There's bits where you see like this guy with his legs chopped off.
yeah.
Oh,
Crawling up.
Yeah, I saw that.
And like you can see in the pile of corpses, there's still like people alive, sort of screaming.
Yeah, that's
And it's really dark.
Yeah, it's just a pile of corpses, but then they've got the odd person who's just like,
Yeah.
They did not censor that whatsoever.
no.
And this is
I'm
just this
good.
guy sort of crawling over these dead people.
That's how it would be, though.
It's fucked up.
Yeah, and they got cornered.
I thought
behind their own.
What are they called? What's he called? Umbers.
Yeah.
I thought they were going to turn around and fight against.
That's what everyone thought, I think.
Yeah, I thought.
It's like a massive
Because when you see
theory.
him go round, and you're like, oh, are they going to join them now?
But
And there's this spear wall.
that spear wall's also inspired by history.
Yeah, that's been done in war, yeah, properly.
Yeah, I think it was the Romans versus
Yeah.
like the barbarians or whatever they were called.
Carthaginians.
Yeah, Carthaginians.
Yeah,
He knows
those.
his history. He's played Rome's
Rome's
Total War.
War. There we go.
Yeah, they did that in like real life.
Yeah.
Hannibal sort of
Seems
set up
effective.
his troops like
They just
that.
can't do anything new.
No, you're fucked.
I will say
Surrounded.
that Mun, One
Wun-Wun.
One, which isn't even his full name. It's like his nickname.
No, I've seen his full name.
Yeah,
and
I read it earlier. I just can't.
What
I'm not even going to try. But he was just like, I don't know. They didn't use him to great effect. Like when they were pinned behind him, he could have just been picking up shields, picking up people, just chucking.
Yeah,
them.
he could have done a lot more than what he did.
Yeah.
He was just like grabbing at people.
I don't know. Maybe he's.
He was hurt, though.
Yeah,
There's
he'd
loads
already
of
been
arrows in him.
shot
Yeah,
at
but they've
him
got really
and
thick
all
skin,
sorts.
yeah, like giants. So I don't think a conventional arrow ain't going to do much.
Not much.
Considering he did take loads in the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, nuts. Absolutely nuts.
And have we spoke about Peter Baelish?
Yeah. Peter Baelish comes in like Gandalf with the Rise of Rohan. And
He's
just dominates the battle.
Yeah. They just run them over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you see Ramsay's face turn, and he turns. And goes,
Scampers.
Scampers off.
And you just see, what's his name? Wim.
Wun and John
Tom and
yeah,
John, yeah.
sort of run off.
Run off.
Pursuit.
From Sansa's point of view, and that was quite clever how that was done.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Peter Baelish was in the episode for like 2 seconds.
Yeah, just-
and then he annoyed
Stole
me
it.
in those 2 seconds because he had that bloody smirk.
Yeah,
that
he was
smirk.
just sort of sat on his horse like, yeah.
Like, yeah, this is all me.
So what's he gonna want in return?
Oh, he's gonna want everything.
I think he's gonna want Sansa.
You guaranteed. He's
Or
gonna
does he
want
finally want Harrenhal?
Harrenhal.
And Harrenhal, I suppose. A deal's up as well.
No, he's gonna want Sansa and take the North for himself. I think, possibly.
Yeah, he's got high aspirations considering he was like a brothel owner.
Yeah,
He's done well, fair
He
play.
has,
he
yeah.
started off as a lowly brothel owner.
He's gone places.
And now he's like,
Commander of the Vale.
yeah,
Yeah, you got to think like if he's like, okay, you're mine now, Sansa. John's not gonna have that.
No.
Sansa's not gonna have that. She's a strong character now.
you don't know. You never
She's
know.
not the same character she was when she was Joffrey's
Maybe,
plaything.
maybe John will be like, yeah, because you've saved my life, you can have Sansa.
I don't think he's going to decide for her. She's
No.
going to decide herself.
Because she's queen of Winterfell now.
Yeah.
Well, that all depends on how the men see that.
Well, I don't
Really
think John will
doesn't.
She's
be
the only
interested.
Stark, she's the only pure Stark there, yeah. So
I don't think John will be interested. John just wants a peaceful life now.
He's not gonna get a peaceful life.
no, he's not. He just wants to deal with this White Walker threat and then
Yeah.
live in a cabin in the woods.
So we see John punching the shit out of Ramsay.
Before that,
So satisfying.
one breaking through the door,
Oh,
getting
yeah.
killed. That's really sad.
That was sadder than Rickon's death. That.
Yeah, that was. I was like,
Yeah.
no.
Why?
It's awful.
Someone
But-
had to die.
Yeah, like you can't go into battle with all your mates and all of you come out alive. One of you has to die.
Yeah, it's sad.
So
But then the main event.
yeah, the boxing match
Quite
between
satisfying.
Ramsey and John. Quite one-sided.
Yeah.
When John was punching him, I noticed that Ramsey had like a smirk on his face
Yeah, he's
all
just
the
like-
way through it. He was loving it.
Still a dick.
He's just a knob all the way until his end.
Yeah.
And then he sees, John sees Sansa.
Yeah.
He sort of just backs off then. Leaves Sansa to do the rest.
Yeah.
It's not his kill.
Nope. And then feeds him to the dogs.
It was a great
I
scene.
love when there was no celebration of them actually.
No,
Like,
it was just like the
quiet.
stack banners coming
That's just
down.
classic John.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just
Just walks off
Yeah.
grumpily.
yeah,
Fuck's sake.
brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
When am I fighting
If
next?
they would have celebrated, that would have ruined that scene.
Yeah.
Most.
Because they've lost a lot of people.
Yeah,
It's not a
yeah.
happy day, really.
No. He's lost. I think he's lost most of his army, to be fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how many. I don't think they've said how many the Vale have. But I doubt it's
they
like
did
without
say
the
that.
wildlings.
I can't
Oh, he's
remember
gone.
how
Yeah.
many. It's one of the. It's like the second biggest army in Westeros.
Is it?
Yeah.
It is massive. Because they just don't go to war,
No.
ever,
Until now.
until now. So, that wraps up the episode.
Well, you got the end where Ramsay gets fed to his own hounds.
Yeah. And we've did
That was
we?
brutal.
Oh yeah. I was gonna say we did talk about Theon, but we absolutely did talk about Theon.
Yeah.
Yep, we talked about Theon.
There was a bit before she let the dogs eat his face,
Yeah.
where he was like, "You can't kill me. I'm a part of you now." How do you interpret that?
She pregnant.
She's pregnant,
Do you reckon?
maybe.
Maybe, or it's like the psychological damage that he's done to her.
I don't know.
But I think
I think it's going to be more so psychological damage.
I think it'll just be fucked up if she's pregnant
Yeah, that's horrible.
with
That.
his kid.
Don't want that.
Don't want that.
No.
No, definitely not.
I don't think there's any abortion clinics.
No, not in Westeros.
No, I haven't seen any leaflets about.
No.
Anyway, predictions for the next episode. The final episode. That's the final one, isn't it?
Yep,
So Tanya next week.
I think Danny will be on a ship at the end.
Yeah.
I hope she's not on a ship. She'll be taking up space. She can fucking fly.
She'll be flying. That's true. Good point.
Do you think we're going to see the Hound going to Winterfell?
They've got to do something with him.
I don't think he'll be going to Winterfell. We'll see him,
Yeah.
but I don't think he'll be in Winterfell.
No, I don't think
It's quite a distance to go.
Don't exactly know where he is.
Are we going to see more of Arya?
Hopefully we
Yeah.
see Arya come back to Westeros.
Yeah.
Well, unless we assume that it takes a while to travel.
It probably does. Yeah.
But
the
Theon and
Greyjoys
blah, blah,
did it.
yeah.
And, they had an episode off. And
Yeah,
then
so
they
there
were
has
there.
been quite a considerable bit of time
Yeah.
between these two episodes.
So maybe we
It's
see
going to be
Arya
one of
back.
those episodes that I think we're going to catch up with all the characters
Yeah,
before the season ends.
because we know there's been a bit of a time jump as well. Where's Bran? Where's he at now?
Yeah.
That's what I hope we see. We see Bran and we go back to Tower of Joy. Just to fucking wrap up that
yeah.
bit.
Yeah.
So we can finally know what's in the tower.
Some confirmation would be nice.
yeah. King's Landing, I think the whole High Sparrow situation might be...
Your chair's really noisy, by the way. Can I just point that out?
I'm sorry. I didn't buy it. Yeah, I think the whole High Sparrow situation in King's Landing is going to get wrapped up.
I bloody hope so. But there's a lot to wrap up in one episode, I think.
This next episode, I think I seen the time, it's like an hour and 10 minutes or an hour and 20 minutes or
Alright.
something like that. It's quite a long one.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And it's from the same director that just did the last episode, so I
Good,
expect
like
some fucking action.
Cool. I hope the High Sparrow dies. I'm really bored of that storyline, to be honest.
Yeah, it just
Yeah.
needs to go. There's no
Yeah.
point to it anymore.
Yeah. 'Cause we know High Sparrow's not going to be like a key player in the Game of Thrones, is he?
No. Get rid of him.
Get rid of him. That's it.
That's all I have.
Sounds good.
Alright guys, thanks for watching. Make sure you like, share, subscribe and comment on the video. And we'll see you again next week. ShedNet out.